Today we're going to talk about create a Grand Slam offer as a fitness coach as if you're going to be winning Wimbledon. And we're going to talk about what a Grand Slam offer is and the 4 parts. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the dream outcome, the second, the perceived likelihood of success, time delay and effort and sacrifice. So we're looking at a Grand Slam offer. What is your definition of the dream outcome?
The dream outcome is almost you're selling the destination in the way that they actually want to get there. It's almost like, rather than selling weight loss, fat loss, and keep it vanilla, it's kind of like, how can you sell the dream? And the more the emotional buy-in and the emotional leverage you can put with that, the higher the value in a sense. So I think the dream outcome is more like, this kind of dives into physical, the mental, the life you want to live. If you can get very specific in all these 3, the 3 big transformations someone's going to achieve working with you and make it crystal clear in the exact keywords, that's going to be the biggest thing. So physical, if it's abs, put a number on it. And you know your program's working well and your offer's working well, everyone looks the exact same from the neck down. So if you can get like this is the standard. So ours is, we want visible abs. We want a 4-pack minimum. That's what we define as a before and after, or we've delivered the solution. So that's almost like very specific, so you can make it so it's like, I can look in that and be like, yep, I've got it. Rather than a feel, something that's kind of tangible, it's £20, £30, very, very specific outcome. The mental is like, what life are they going to live? What's the benefits and how can you articulate exactly? So whether it's performance and work, a aspect of a lifestyle you're going to live, energy, sleep, all these little factors, which is less like, it's harder to pinpoint down, but if you can say it in the way they say, that's also perfect. Lifestyle, again, that's going to be a stance where you show the life they will live on the other side of achieving this dream transformation. So very, very specific, the more specific the better. If you feel like you're being too specific, and you feel like that's going to put people up, if anything, it's going to put more people in, guaranteed.
The more specific you are with your messaging, the harder it hits. And then that's part 1 of the Grand Slam offer, the dream outcome. Second thing is perceived likelihood of success. Yes. And this is my favorite part of marketing. Perceived likelihood of success is you as the individual coach. What do you look like? Do you hold up to the standards of what you're preaching and to the results you get personally? And then secondly, are you getting reams and reams and reams of client results? Do you have client feedback? Do you have video reviews? Do you have written testimonials? Do you have LinkedIn recommendations, which are also very powerful? And like something I would hammer into your head is you need to be reminded more than you need to be taught. And it's the same thing for your audience in terms of your customer and client results. You think you share enough social proof? They've forgotten. You need to literally ram this down people's throats. And the way I personally do that for marketing as well, you may well have seen this, I fucking turbocharge the shit out of this by putting them on retargeting ads on Facebook. So constantly in people's Facebook ads, feeds, and Instagram feeds, all you see is client results, client results, client results, client results. So as soon as you're thinking, okay, I want to build a successful business, that Charlie guy's results I see all the time, maybe I'll message him. And you want your name to be synonymous with whatever problem you solve.
Yeah, and funny with that as well, it's this is kind of like tying into that a little bit, it's like, the more you can show them people like them achieving the result is the biggest thing. So if you have got a pitch deck for anyone, right at the end, having like expected results with just proof for every single lever. It doesn't have to be like dramatic transformations only in photo shoots, but like relevant transformation for the person. And that's where your objection handles. So like, Ultimate Farmers do this really well. Their consultation is actually orchestrated so well where you'll speak to them over the shoulder of the person. You'll see people train the background work towards a result. On the left, you'll see their transformations. On the right, on the table, you'll see little bits of proof. So you kind of like almost top of mind pretty much every single way you look. You look to the left, you see proof. You look to the right, you see proof. You look behind them, you see proof. It's almost if you can kind of consistently show the people like them achieving it, there's no reason why they can't. And if you can get that message across, say like, we've helped Steve, that's from working here. We've helped Laura, who's a mother of 2. We've helped, Dave, that's a business owner of 3 businesses, things like that. Almost showing people like them achieve a thing and showing relevant proof is the biggest thing. And one thing everyone should do is track proof every single time a client comes in. So as soon as the client comes in, we track where they've come from. We track obviously things like weekly in terms of performance. We then have like a tick box of 4 levels of proof: written, Trustpilot, or formal written testimonial, before and after, video, podcast. So if you can kind of get that, at least one of those from every single client, you get something that you can use for the rest of your business life after that.
Third part of the Grand Slam offer is time delay. Now, one of the biggest things that we've actually personally implemented, and actually Alex Hormozy told me to do this, and I knew how to do it anyway, but just from my own fucking genius thought, helping people make loads of money straight away when they join a program is too easy, which is kind of retarded, and I will hands up and say that, is we created something called our instant cash play. So fast cash play, where we help people make money when they first come into the program within 24 hours. Now, this is what you need to understand in terms of how can you minimize the time delay in terms of your clients? Yeah. How can you help them to get fast results in that first week? Because if you get clients progress, momentum, and wins in the first few days, they will buy into you, they will buy into the program, they'll buy into the coaching, and they will become a great client. If they start badly and slow out the gate, you're probably going to struggle with them for the next few months.
Like another example of this recently that's kind of showing this works is Johnny Elliott in FitPro. I remember he signed up to us and he had to have a bit of delay because he's traveling, so he's like, can I start fishing this day? I said, we can, but implement this. Send him a quick Loom video. He did that first few days, 3.5K. He's like, dude, you've literally made the entire program back in the first year before I started. That just shows it works. So I remember like kind of shooting him across. It's like on the actual onboarding call, he's like, dude, just let you know, I've actually made more than I spent before starting just by that Loom video you sent over. And that shows it works, right? And that's kind of like almost shows that we want to get people quick wins. And the same could be transferred to fitness businesses, like whether it's number weight loss, go hard at the start, kind of getting things tightened up. And this is something such as like just even showing them what to eat. Like a lot of people don't give meal plans or don't give exact eating habits and like exactly what to do. Prescribe what you need to do, get them winning right away, get them feeling like they're winning at least, and show some level of time to value. So if you can get the goal quicker at the start and then in the end, it's always going to be quicker as well. It's kind of like liposuction. Is like you get there, it's minutes, you're done and dusted. And it's like, because I've got a master degree, anything divided by 0 is infinity. So like you can charge a ton of value because if you divide it by a small time scale, you can charge as much as you want.
The last one, effort and sacrifice. So if you think about the key thing that your job is reduce time and delay, but make it as easy as possible. Yes. So remove guesswork, remove doubt. And if we look at how we scale people's businesses, instead of you trying and testing 20 different things, we just give you the one thing that we know will work, like you just said about the Johnny Elliott story right there, that we know if you do it, it'll work, you'll make money, your business will grow. Yes. Rather than kind of guessing. Because the reason people sacrifice in their business or in their life is they're trying to figure it out. And no disrespect to anyone who's listening to this, whatever you're trying to achieve, someone has already achieved it before. What your clients are trying to achieve in terms of getting in shape or losing weight, someone has achieved before. There's a proven method out there. You just need to be shown how to do it and be held accountable to it. Yeah, and funny enough as well, it's kind of like, I've kind of like spent a ton into my own investment, and like sometimes you do a program, you're like, hey, that's not for me, and you've spent a lot of money, that's eventually will come back to use, but then that doesn't stop you from going further and actually investing against your journey. It's kind of like, the thing with that level here is almost like how can you get winning quicker? Because you either pay with time or money at the end of the day. And I'd rather pay with money because time is more expensive. Quick interjection into the podcast. If you're an online coach who's looking to scale the business, get their first 5K month, 10K month, or even get to 50 to 100K a month, we have helped hundreds of trainers do this at this point, and I've personally generated over $14 million online in the fitness industry. We have a proven methodology that works, provided you're willing to do the work. Now, if you want to book in a free business audit, we'll break down exactly where you are now, where you want to go, and what's currently holding you back. Hit the link below this video and below the podcast to find out exactly how we can help you. Pick a time and we will walk you through the process of where your business is at and what exponential growth looks like. Now, back to the podcast. Next, when you have a grand slam offer and you've got the 4 parts, dream outcome, perceived likelihood of success, time and delay, and effort and sacrifice, is bonuses, guarantees, fast action incentives, and social proof. So if we look at, firstly we look at guarantees, this is something that I personally quite like, is that, for example, with the programs of what we do, we have an offer that will help you make the money back or we'll keep working with you for free. So you physically cannot lose money. Like the story about Johnny Elliott, he made the money back within before he even started. So the example isn't in terms of foolproof would be key there, right? What would you say in terms of, actually from a fitness example, in our fitness business, our guarantees that we basically help them hit their goal weight, or we'll basically give them the money back? And our terms on that are essentially that they have to check in every single week, they have to log everything on the app. Because if they check in every week and they log everything on the app for 12 weeks, it's physically fucking impossible that they're not going to lose weight. Because it is the proven method, right? So this is where if you actually give people guarantees, it actually reassures them that if I actually just do what I'm told to do, I will get the result that I want. In terms of bonuses, what would be some examples of bonuses people could add to a grand slam? So bonuses can be seasonal. You could almost be a stance if you do sort of part of like promotion in terms of you buy now, you get this. So let's say, top of mind example would be, let's say you're doing a pitch deck and you can have here's the investment, the 6 and the 12.
You swipe to the next screen. Is on the call reward. Is this for 6 months? Is 12? The bonus of fast action, of you taking action now, is this. And the way you can picture, if someone's like, hey, why does the price go down if I take action in the call today? Is, hey, well, to be honest, what happens is when someone jumps in with both feet, they always get a bang on transformation. They always complete a win from like the get-go. So we want to reward that good behavior. So we actually bring the price down. So yes, you can think about it, but the bonus for that today on the call is you get this on-call reward. Another example could be almost like, let's say you're doing a Black Friday promotion, which we'll dive into coming to that time, is that they actually get 3 months. So they sign up now, they can get more for less or more for the same. Or it can almost be a stance you get to bring a +1. You get to, let's say you kind of almost have little elements that's kind of relevant towards them. So let's say you're doing a summer promotion, adding in a swimwear, for example, could be something that kind of speaks to them, or even like having a way, let's say the person that gets the best transformation wins a trip to Barcelona. So that's almost like, how can you kind of dress up in a way that's kind of like, actually, this sounds more exciting than anything else. It's not just another promotion, it's a promotion, but there's also more things involved. So you can use seasonality, you can use on-calls for like a on-the-spot urgency, but any bonuses that rewards good behavior, aka taking action now, is a bonus you can say.
Next, how to package results they feel irresistible. So I'm a big fan of like sexy naming of things.
100%, I know that.
So I will give a good example of one of our clients. He works with women and he calls his program the MILF program. And it's Mums in Love with Fitness. So, but like it's making you laugh, right? And you listen to this, might think it's quite funny as well. But it's irresistible packaging. If you're helping women get in great shapes that are really attractive and you call it the MILF program, Mums in Love with Fitness,
yes,
it's kind of funny, but it also says what it does, right? So, because you're selling the result even just in the naming of the program. And that's where the power of branding and the way you represent yourself and what you call everything is very key. Like 7-figure scaling systems, we'd say exactly what we do. Fit Pro launch systems, we say exactly what we do. So is there anything else you would say in terms of packaging results to make them feel irresistible?
I say almost like speak to one person, solve one problem. So you almost want to think of one way of doing things, one avatar, one solution. Like don't try and fulfill fat loss and muscle at the same time, make it all about one thing. And the thing with branding is that kind of like branding is built with opinions and a common enemy in mind. So like, let's say you're branding for a fitness package, right? The enemy needs to be clear. So what are you going against? What are you building for? So almost like that's always the biggest thing here is actually making sure you know what you're standing for, standing against. But with that, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head is that packaging it to make it sound different and better. So they may have tried online coaching, but they've not tried the MILF program, right? That's completely different, right? So it's like saying in a way they've not heard of it, delivering in a way they've not been delivered.
And in terms of examples of weak offers versus strong offers, the key thing, in my opinion, that makes an offer sexy, as well as the cool name, is the unique mechanism or the USP, the unique selling point. What is the exact thing that your business does that is different? And again, that comes down to sexy name. So in our fitness business, it's the metabolic primary diet. And what the fuck is the metabolic? It's essentially carb cycling. Yeah. So that you have more carbs around training, you have less carbs on the day you don't train. But it sounds good, right? And that's basically our game as marketers and coaches, is to take proven methods that actually work and then put sexy branding around them to make them attractive from a marketing standpoint.
Yeah. And I think almost it's easy to remember as well as easy to fulfill because you can actually know what you're doing and the client remembers it as well, so it makes a life-changing difference as well. So whether it's metabolic primary diet, whether it's like the hybrid nutrition approach, whether it's some level of minimalist formula, it almost, if you can label it something, that's always going to convey the message even harder and get the results you want to get.
And I'll give an example from our 7-figure scaling systems program. We've just built a sick whole template out automated Notion system with AI for running a business, and it's called the CEO operating system. It's fucking baller. But that sounds cool, and that's one of our unique mechanisms in terms of what we teach people and how we help the business owner get the end results where the business works for them and they're not working for it.
Yeah. It's almost like if you can systemize everything like you've done there, delivery helps, retention helps, referrals benefit, is a win-win. There's no reason not to at the end of the day.
To summarize in terms of create a glance offer, my opinion, first thing you should do is you should be walking proof that you've done the thing you're trying to sell. Secondly is creating like a really sexy dream outcome and packaging around that. You reduce the perceived likelihood of success by having overwhelming amounts of social proof over and over again. You have a proven method, you can get people very quick results, and you have a unique selling mechanism that reduces the amount of effort and sacrifice someone has to put into it. If someone can do all of those things, your offer will absolutely crush.
Yeah, do a good job, tell them about it.
That's it.
100%.
To value from the podcast, make sure you smash like one, share it with a friend, and check out the next episodes coming up right after this.